Hey guys, today I want to walk you through something I've been using non-stop lately. Basically a showdown of workflows, not just tools. I'm Chris, just a regular creator drowning in content ideas and not enough time. And I'm gonna be honest, I love tools that actually save me time instead of creating more work. So today we're talking Vizard versus the usual suspects, the voice tools and avatar stuff everyone keeps hyping up. And I'll show you what I like, what drives me nuts, and how I actually use this stuff to pump out content without losing my mind. Alright, quick backstory. A lot of creators are obsessed with AI voices right now, like Murf or 11 Labs, and for good reason. If you don't want to be on camera, or you're trying to scale repurposing long videos into shorts, these tools can definitely be helpful. But here's the thing, those tools do what they do well, but none of them solve the whole workflow problem of taking one long video and squeezing it into a week's worth of viral clips, formatted and scheduled, ready to post. That's where Vizard actually starts to shine for me. Let me show you my pain points first so this makes sense. I sit on a 30 to 60 minute podcast or interview, and I need a stack of short clips for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. Before, it was either me editing, which takes hours, or hiring someone, which costs money and coordination. Or I would use a handful of different tools, one for voice, one for captions, one for trimming, and God forbid I had to manually schedule everything. It was a nightmare, because I want a tool that thinks like a content editor, finds the good parts, trims everything to the right lengths, adds captions, formats for each platform, and even schedules them for me. Vizard pretty much does exactly that for me. So yeah, Murf and 11 Labs, massive shoutouts. They're great at what they do. Murf is super easy for voiceovers, really simple UI. You just paste your script, choose a voice, tweak pitch and speed, and you're done. Perfect for static voiceover pieces, and 11 Labs is on another level with voice cloning. I've cloned my own voice there before, and it's wild how realistic it sounds. HeyGen will clone your avatar visually so you can have a digital version of yourself talking on camera. The downside is that none of these tools automatically pick out the viral moments from a long recording, trim them to platform-friendly lengths, add captions that aren't garbage, and then schedule everything in a smart cadence. If you tried to cobble a workflow together using 11 Labs plus HeyGen plus Murf, you'd get great audio or avatar visuals, but you'd still be doing the heavy lifting on the editing side. You'd need to chop up clips manually, reformat them for each platform, make sure captions are readable, and then copy them over into a scheduler. That's a lot of tiny tasks that add up. And sure, you can hire out, but that adds recurring cost and dependency, which is exactly why I lean on Vizard now. Here's my typical process with Vizard, and you can steal it. I upload a long video, could be a podcast episode, an interview, or a product demo. Vizard's auto-editing engine analyzes the footage and identifies the most engaging moments like the laughs, opinions, punchlines, emotional peaks, and even short quotable bits. It automatically creates multiple short clips optimized for different platforms, applies subtitles, and formats them to the correct aspect ratios. It's not perfect every time, but it gets like 80 to 90% of the work done, which means I only need to fine-tune a couple of clips instead of cutting an hour of content into 20 pieces. Then comes the autopilot magic, the auto-schedule feature. I set how often I want to post, say 3 clips a week, and Vizard will schedule the posts for me across my linked social accounts. No copy-pasting video files into separate apps or dealing with different upload specs. You set the cadence and the AI fills the calendar, which alone saved me a ridiculous amount of time. And because Vizard builds a content calendar, I can see everything lined up visually, what's going live, when and where. If I want to move a clip around or tweak the caption, I just drag and drop. It's such a simple thing, but for creators handling multiple channels, it's a huge quality of life upgrade. Let me compare that to what those other tools offer, like 11 Labs, which provides beast-level voice synthesis and cloning for like $12 a month. Amazing for creating consistent voiceovers or replicating a voice for avatar setups. Murf is super user-friendly for quick TTS voiceovers, and HeyGen is badass for avatars. but the friction is stitching all of those pieces together into a workflow. Vizard reduces that friction dramatically because it's built for the content repurposing lifecycle, from long form to short form to scheduled publishing. Also, Vizard's auto-edit doesn't just brute force cut stuff. It tries to choose viral-worthy moments and then creates variations. Want a 15-second clip for TikTok and a 60-second for YouTube Shorts? It'll create both and format them. Want captions? Done. Want thumbnail frames and multiple aspect ratios exported? Done. The first time I used it, it gave me like 8 ready-to-post clips from a 45-minute interview. I reviewed them, tweaked 2, and the rest went live automatically, meaning I had a week's worth of content ready in like an hour, including captions and scheduling. Pricing and practicality, yes, people always ask, but hiring an editor for that same output would cost way more and take longer. Using multiple separate tools to get the same results is tedious and often costs more if you're on the pro tiers. Vizard's pricing felt reasonable to me considering how much time it saved. It honestly pays for itself after a couple of posts if you value your time. Plus, you don't need to be an editor to get decent results, which lowers the barrier for creators who want to stay consistent but hate editing. Now, to be fair, Vizard isn't perfect. Sometimes the AI picks a moment that's out of context, or a clip needs a little more human creative touch. I still keep a small editing checklist. Trim a beat here, adjust captions there, reframe a thumbnail, but that's way better than doing everything from scratch. And for creators who love being hands-on, Vizard still gives you tools to refine each clip before it goes live. If you want to use voice cloning or fancy avatars, pairing tools still make sense. Sometimes hybrid workflows are best. But for the majority of creators who just want to turn long form into a steady stream of shorts, Vizard lets you skip most of the busy work. Final thoughts. Murf and 11 Labs are brilliant pieces of the modern creator puzzle. Voice stuff is getting scary good, and HeyGen is doing dope things for visual avatars. But if your goal is to be consistent, save time, and scale distribution across platforms, Vizard gives you the system you need. Auto-editing viral clips, auto-schedule, and a content calendar. It's not a silver bullet, but for me it's the difference between posting sporadically and actually building momentum. I'll drop links to everything in the description, the tools I mentioned and some of the workflows I use. Those links may be affiliate, but I only recommend stuff I actually use, and I run a small video agency, so I'm constantly experimenting. Hit me up in the comments if you want a walkthrough of my exact project flow. I'll show a real example with timestamps and the Vizard outputs. I'm a real person and I do reply, so reach out. Also, I'm trying to build a community called Video Society, a place for creators who want to learn growth-friendly editing, automation, and practical workflows. If you want to swap workflows, templates, or just ask dumb questions about posting cadence, come through, links are below. Alright, that's it for now. If you're stuck between using a bunch of point tools or picking one platform to streamline the whole process, try Vizard and just see if it saves you a few hours a week. If it does, it's worth the experiment. See you in the next one. Later.